The college basketball experience preview and picks episode for Saturday, November 9th on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up. And when you do, sign up with the promo code TCESGPN. You get a 50% deposit bonus up to $1,000. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Start crushing college football and college basketball and the NFL. With Rhythm, get your free 7-day trial period today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
This is Dan Dickow, and you are listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Yes, yes, yes. Woo! Welcome to the college basketball experience preview and picks episode for Saturday, November 9th. I mean, having a fire night. Shit talk's ready to go. I did, and excuse me, youtube.com/the college experience. Get on over there, hit that like and subscribe button. I do expect a 5-star rating on Spotify and, iTunes as well. A lot of expectations here, but, I don't know. I'll get to it in a second. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, a.k.a. Pick D. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I'm probably drinking too much and celebrating too much and not sleeping. Would have killed a normal man, but no, that's gone. The medical advice I got from that was like being hit by lightning. Pretend it never happened and get on with your life.
I couldn't help but notice someone in the comments, and I'm not trying to throw shade at you guys. They said, I only listen to Mac and Noah. The other guys there just strictly for entertainment. Hey, fuck off, dude. All right? I forgot more basketball than you fucking have ever known. All right? But I'll take that. I don't know. I guess I could take it as a compliment. I don't know. Anyway, I am joined by my co-host. Give it up for the host of the Big 12 College Experience, which you should be subscribed to. The host of the Ryan and Rush Show, which you should check out as well. Give it up for former video coordinator for Hall of Fame coach Bob Huggins and Frank Martin, Ryan McIntyre, aka Money Lawn Mac. How are you, brother?
Doing good, man. I did not have as good a night as you. I'm around even, but hopefully the Lobos can come through for me. Let's go.
Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight.
Oh yeah. I mean, the slate. Slate's fantastic. This is the best time of year. You get November, December, where it's just you got the tournaments, you got everything going at once. It's just phenomenal. Currently, just so the folks know, Oregon just covered against Montana, but we'll get to that in a bit. Wazoo is up 9 on Bradley, which we both have Bradley, and New Mexico's looking good at the half. In Vegas, I know we had a battle there. You're looking good right now with that one. Just to let people know where things are right now. And we started off with a shitty play with North Carolina Central. I don't know what's up with them. And Gardner Webb just put it on them today. I mean, I'm impressed, and I'm impressed that Gardner Webb's this decent, this fast. And I'm also worrying, like, a Central. Are they just having a down year with LaVelle Moton there? Your thoughts? Because Gardner Webb won by 6, but they were up by a lot in this game. I mean, they were up by I feel like double digits at halftime or something. But your thoughts?
Yeah, clearly the better team. I mean, that was no fluke at all. getting it done. I don't know what to think of Central. They went to Mason, kind of got drilled a little bit. Now they come home. They're usually really good at home. I was surprised that they did not meet the moment today. But yeah, man, you got to tip your cap to Gardner-Webb. They go on the road at an HBCU, which is not – those are not easy places to win at because the home games are so rare. And, yeah. By the way, I love when they say it's on ESPN Plus and then it's not on ESPN Plus. You, go to ESPN Plus, nowhere to be found.
Yeah. You're
scam.
Dude, it's always the worst when you got to go to, the actual school website.
Yes.
And you're searching where the you're looking for a beat writer for the university to show where the game is broadcast on. Yeah, I mean it was a dud, and also Cal State Fullerton was a dud, and I don't know how this happened because Fullerton at one point was up. What were they up 9? I feel like
Whoa.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, wait, what happened here? So we started out 0-2, and this goes to your theory that when you normally start off shitty,
yep,
you have a fire night when all the games start being played. But the 2 solo games, we ate a bundle of shit with these. Stanford 2-0, Stanford covering against mid majors. That hasn't happened in a while.
New coach.
Yeah, shout out to Kyle Smith.
Yeah.
Xavier did not look good. Watch this game
again.
They got too much hype because they just don't look good to me. They win by 14. They're 2-0, so I guess there's that. But this was a 2-point game at halftime or 4-point game. I forget. But the Big East being horrible is a real development here.
And it's depressing. It's depressing that they're this bad. I mean, we love the Big East on this show.
Yeah.
But there's no way to sugarcoat it, man. They're losing bye games. They're barely winning bye games. It's good for UConn and St. John's, I guess.
This is where I ask the question. Is the effect of football starting to the SEC and Big Ten have these gigantic contracts with TV contracts. This arms race that has suddenly happened. Now you could say it was always there, but since they made NIL legal, you've seen just a ton of money come in, whether it's SMU and certain teams have they're cutting Olympic sports.
Mm-hmm.
Does that hurt the Big East more than the rest of the Power Five because they don't have football and football makes a shit ton of money and that can trickle down? Or is this just conveniently they all happen to suck for 1 year?
I think we need a bigger sample size just to look in on some of these teams. Maybe they're able to turn it around, but as I would probably lean to the football angle. Money helps a lot of things in this world. I mean, you're able to invest in whether it's the NIL, bringing players in, retaining your roster, the UConn model where they've been able to retain all their guys and convince them to come back. Some schools are able to, hey, come back and you'll make more money here than you will in the freaking shitty ass G League. So I think, I think definitely the TV contracts, as we continue to get another cycle on and on, I think it's only going to get bigger and bigger.
That's why Big East schools stop being ridiculous and go all in on football. Go all in on football. You filthy horse. And look, it wasn't that long ago that they all had football programs. You filthy animals. All right. I mean, Nova's a good FCS. Throw some money into that. Let's go. Shout out to Caleb Carter saying thank you for all you do, fellas, for bringing us daily content, dropping 4 to 5 videos a day. Your hard work and dedication does not go unnoticed. Appreciate you, brother. Let's go. Xavier did not look good, and we ate shit on this. So actually, dude, now that I think about it, to start the day, I did horrible, but these didn't end chronologically. But Samford did not cover the 1.5 that we had. They lost 88-86 to Cornell. The game stunk. We dove into the stink, Patty C style, It did not work out for us. What the hell?
Fucking Cornell hit a 3-pointer at the buzzer.
I missed this game, so yeah.
I mean, it was back and forth. Sanford. I mean, we knew Sanford lost a lot, but so did Cornell. That's why I was perplexed, and I thought Buckyball that culture would be able to just get it done. They just, I don't know. They didn't get it done. That's the bottom line. They couldn't get an offensive rebound, and then they gave up a 3 to lose the game.
Yeah, that's tough. That might have been like the only. I guess the Ivy had their big day the other day with Columbia, but they kind of hit. They kind of gotten some shit today. VCU looked fantastic. I did get eyes on this game as they just beat the shit out of Boston College. We didn't lock this, but nice win by BC, limiting BC. I'm sorry, nice win by VCU, limiting to BC to 55 points. Your thoughts on your boys, your local team?
Dude, they warned me, the neighbors, and they're for real, man. Like I don't want to overreact. It's only been 2 games. It's only been 5 days in the season. I know it seems like eternity with how many games we've previewed and picked, but they're the real deal. They're old and they know how to win.
The chat's asking if the Monkeys got Noah. Shout out to old Rebecca giving us $5 as well. Old Rebecca backdoor cover. Did the Monkeys get Noah? Well, we haven't heard much from them, so it's under investigation. Maybe, I wouldn't put it past them. They figured a way to get to Richmond, which is impressive, but you never know these days. All it takes is some schmuck at a gas station filling up his car. Next thing you know, a couple monkeys are in the back of the car, and maybe they don't attack him until they get to Ypsilanti or wherever the fuck Bieniek lives. So, yeah, I mean, we haven't heard from him. So if someone wants to do a wellness check on Bieniek, there's a chance that the Monkeys have arrived in Michigan. Folks, I want to tell you that the college basketball experience is back. And yes, if you aren't already subscribed, well, get on over there and subscribe. We pick every game for the whole entire season. Does that, any other podcast do that, Mac?
No.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Sorry. But anyway, it's okay.
I feel like a monkey right now. My fucking back was itching. I couldn't get to it. So I had to go on my wall and just start fucking grinding it out like a grizzly bear. Learn something new. All this shit happens every time.
Moneyline Mac, when I asked him that question, was a lot like this.
Well, I don't get rain man cold,
but also thanks for always tuning in to the college basketball experience. If you can head over to Spotify and give us a 5-star rating, we would appreciate it. Only you can prevent corporate gambling from taking over. Why did we not lock Penn State? We took Penn State. We just didn't lock them, and they almost won by 50 against UMBC. Kind of remarkable. Dude, I know me and you were higher on them, I think, than Bieniek in the Big Ten preview, but they look good. They look good. I mean, I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. Their opponents haven't been great, but a 50-point win is a 50-point win. Your thoughts?
I kind of feel I feel like they have an identity with Mike Rhodes. Like they got some shit to them. That's what I feel like I'm getting with Penn State. He brings over Ace Baldwin, and then I think they got something to him. Yeah, I'm a big Ace Baldwin fan, so part of my reasoning on liking the Nittany Lions this year. Also, Temple drilled Monmouth. We were all over that despite the stink. Just didn't bet it. And then got a little lock battle dub against old Moneyline Mac here. Oh, this is a hell of a game, actually.
The Peacocks cover against UMass Lowell. Lock battle win to Dundee. Don't worry, I think you're going to get one with New Mexico in a little bit here. But your thoughts on this game?
So yeah, I think Lowell led with like 12 or 13 with like 5 to go. But man, St. Peter's, I like the fight in that team. So I like Lowell at home, but they get it done. Good ball all the way around. That's the best way to describe it. I thought both teams played well.
Yeah. St. Peter's, what did they get? 13 offensive rebounds. It's probably the reason why they covered.
They're the best 0-2 team in the country.
Yeah, dude. I think they could be a team we could see in the big dance. But Duke did cover against Army. No more Coach K. So they took it to him, winning by 42. We didn't bet this game. You didn't bet this, right?
No, I took Army in the points. It did go off at 34. Oh wait, no, they lost by 42. Sorry, math is not going well for me right now.
All good, buddy. You know, math isn't going good for us when it comes to the Butler Bulldogs because
Worst play
he goes into Hinkle Fieldhouse and wins outright as a 16-point dog or 15.5-point dog. What? Thad Matta about to get fired? What is happening to the Big East here? The hell is happening to the Big East? This is shocking. This is year 3. Unfucking believable. LJ Thomas went for 29. I got eyes on this one, and I was just dumbfounded. Like watching this game, I was like, dude, this wasn't fluky. I thought Austin Peay was better.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say. Like, they didn't look good in the opener. This was supposed to be a smash spot on a Friday night, and I'm perplexed. I mean, Butler just keeps leaving us like, man, what is wrong with this program right now? They are underachieving. And shout out to Corey Gibson wearing the military outfit on Veterans Day weekend. Well, he even had the hat on. That was fantastic.
Yeah,
Coach.
Yeah. I can't believe that result. I mean, I thought like Austin Peay could cover maybe, but I mean, we bet Butler, but I'm just saying to win it outright year 3 is insane to me. We also ate shit on Davidson. I promise you I had a great day, but definitely starting off chronologically, the way the score app is located, definitely horrible. But Davidson 91, Bowling Green 85. The fact that we even got the points on this, getting 5.5 and losing by 0.5 point is fucking insane. It's just, this was an insane loss.
You went out there. What happened?
Oh, my bad. I said your thoughts on this Davidson Bowling Green game.
I actually think Davidson probably was the better team. Bowling Green fought back. Yeah, this was part of my 0-8 start to the day. Don't worry, it gets better. I at one point after this, I was like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna win one this whole fucking night. I'm getting my fucking ass kicked. But yeah, we righted the ship here in a little bit.
Oh yeah. St. Francis covered for me against Clemson, even though I didn't bet Clemson, or I didn't bet St. Francis. But I did win a battle against you, and I'm not sure if Bieniek was on board with this one or not. Tried to tell you in the SoCon, you don't lay 9.5 against Eastern Kentucky. I don't give a shit what team it is in the SoCon. EKU goes into Johnson City and wins it outright. And did I sprinkle the money line? Yes, I did. But don't worry, I have a better money line play in a little bit. Look, I understand ETSU. I like ETSU. I just thought this line was insane. EKU is a good basketball program. It's not a bad basketball program. That's why I was like, what? 9.5? It just seemed too much. Like I can understand, there's nights where you just don't have it. You're blown out by 20, but I just thought 9.5 for this was off. I know you're high on ETSU, and I do think they're going to end up being good, but yeah, I don't know. What'd you make of it?
I think ETSU came in that class of they were told how good they were in the offseason, kind of feeling themselves, and EKU came in and just punched them right in the mouth. They were up 20 at one point in the first half. EKU lost everybody too. So
yeah. But they've been good for a long time, man. I feel like they keep a good program.
A.W. Hamilton sprinkled that Calhoun fairy dust on me when he came on the show. He said, "Oh, we're gonna be young." I bought it. I thought they were gonna work in progress. He's a good coach. He's a really good coach.
He is. Hold on. One of my favorite comments here. Shout out to It's Eric. who goes, I'm sitting in a hot tub in the mountains of Kentucky, absolutely shithoused. Cheers, everybody. This is my demographic. All right. That's my demographic. All right. That's, we had the guy in there the other night. Dundee's a drunk. Yeah. All right. Look, this guy is exactly who I view as our listener. You know what I mean? Sitting in a hot tub. I was in a hot tub earlier, man. There we go. I mean, having cocktails here. Shout out to Hot Tub Nation. All right. People out there hitting the hot tub, having drinks. You know what I mean? Trying to enjoy time on this fucking rock before we all blow each other up, which is inevitable. Anyway, glad to bring that positive energy. How about, dude, I got to give you credit here because I was teetering on UCF. And then you reminded me that UCF had stormed the court, and I go, oh, you're right. IPFW load up. Dude, they almost won it outright. They lose by 7. IPFW at the moon bounce. I mean, impressive, right? That UCF.
Good all the way around, like you said. Like UCF, yeah, they were asleep like we predicted because they just played an emotional top 15 win. But Fort Wayne's also good, man. I mean, they bring back everybody. They're going to be a top team in the horizon. So good win UCF surviving that.
And Charleston just put it on South Florida by 15. Impressive. Didn't bet that game, but Chris Mack, the Mack attack. Let's go. We cashed on Cincinnati minus the points. Let's go. We don't need to do a deep analysis on this, but I'm just saying they cashed. Upstate covered for me against these Hokies. I didn't bet it, but and then Pitt did cover against Murray State. You believe that? I'm glad I didn't bet that. I almost pulled the trigger on that. I need to talk that game. That game was tied the entire way till about 4 minutes left. And then Pitt finishes the game on like a 17-0 run. If you had Murray State, I'm sorry. That was brutal. That was the right side. They literally covered they had the lead with like 10 minutes left. I didn't get eyes on it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Fucking shit.
Rhode Island did not cover against fucking Holy Cross. And then we cashed on, I cashed, I think. I don't think you locked this up. UMass against West Virginia. West Virginia wins by 6. UMass gets the cover. We knew that line was off. And yeah, this is what we do. All right. We dominate. Also, we cashed on Queens. 67-54 against Western Carolina. George Washington blew out Hampton. NC State.
They suck.
I tried to tell you, the Pussy Pat can't handle these blue hose. All right.
Cover the fucking Presbyterian. Come on.
Yes. And Bieniek might have been attacked by monkeys, but Hofstra did look good, and Tobin Anderson does suck. Didn't bet that game, but it was still funny. We did eat shit on Ole Miss. They only won by 2. Good Lord.
They almost lost.
Good Lord. I have my questions with Ole Miss. I mean, they did this last year with Detroit Mercy, though. How much weight do we put in this one?
Not much. I trust Chris Beard.
I cashed on UNC Wilmington against Georgia Southern. You don't just walk in there to the Coliseum and think you're going to push them around. We also cashed on South Carolina against South Carolina State. Getting it done. We also cashed on the Kansas Jayhawks against North Carolina, and we will talk about this one.
Wait. We didn't cash.
Oh, my bad. Wait, no, I'm sorry. I'm looking at my sheet. Yeah, my bad. I'm looking at the next game up. My bad. Yes, North Carolina, Kansas. We did not cash on. My apologies. We should have cashed on it though at some point. What's that?
I said I know you got eyes on that, man. Kansas. Dickinson can't fucking guard a ball screen. He couldn't guard you and I.
Isn't he the most overhyped?
He is, man.
Isn't he the most overhyped talent?
Yeah.
I like. Where do you put him? Like he has gotten a ton of hype. I would say like there's certain ones that I feel like who was that quarterback from Miami back in the day, where I feel like they get a ton of hype. Their stats are decent, so you kind of like continue to buy into the hype. But I feel like their teams always suck in a way. Like, I mean, they won the game. I can't say they suck, but I'm just saying they're not as good as you think they're going to be. No, it wasn't Gino Torretta.
They played at the Fog. They won because they played at the Fog.
Yes.
That was the only reason they won. They didn't do anything. Like Bill Self has got to be fucking livid at how his team guarded it all tonight. I liked their portal additions though. I thought Zeke Mayo was great. I thought AJ Storr was really good.
Dude, Kansas had a 15-point lead at the half.
I know they were fucking making everything, and Bill Self he's got some work to do with this team. I know that they are still number one, but they got to fix that fucking them and Baylor. They got to get their asses in a fucking shell drill like ASAP and start guarding the basketball because they couldn't guard you and I right now.
Yeah. Hunter Dickinson did go for 20 and 10. No, it's not Ken Dorsey I'm thinking about, even though Dorsey would fit what I'm talking about. I think it was Brock Berlin. That was like a big time recruit that was playing, who was right after Dorsey? Berlin? I think it was Berlin. Anyway, what's that?
The guy that played for Coker when Miami went.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like there was a guy right after that put up decent stats and was like supposed to be the best guy. And I apologize because we did lose on that. This is what I was referring to. I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. This is where I lit up though. If you haven't paid attention, I'd hit right just there on Queens and Wilmington and South Carolina State, and then Central Connecticut State against St. Joe's. Gets it done 73-67. They got it done outright. I wish I would have played the money line. I didn't play the money line. I just took the points. How the fuck does St. Joe's keep going back? They fired Phil Martelli for this clown. Your thoughts on the Real Blue Devils being the best team in Connecticut?
So we talked about it. St. Peter's had a pretty good week in terms of going 0-2 and almost winning. Central Connecticut had a similar week. They almost went to Providence, should have won that game. We're right there, and then they go to St. Joe's. Shout out to the Blue Devils. I mean, that's a hell of a week out of the NEC. Dude,
100%. And who's their athletic director? Who's their football team's not bad either. I wish I would have played the money line. But don't worry.
Yeah.
I played the money line right here. Sienna, 90. Bryant, 88. Fuck off. World, not you. Fuck off, World. I was on this one, and I just thought this was ridiculous. Who the fuck is Bryant? Remember, I was talking to Bieniek. He's like, they have Phil Martelli Jr. And I'm like, what? What does that mean? He's got good credit? What the fuck does that mean? I don't understand. Like, and to be honest, I thought we had this before overtime. I was terrified that we were going to lose this in overtime. When this game went to OT, I was like, good God. Yeah. I mean, this game was fun, a very fun watch, but this line was insane, folks. It was like 10 and a half or 10. I took the points and I sprinkled that money line, and that thing cashed. Your thoughts on Jerry Mack getting it done there?
2-0, yes. 2 overtime wins. Boeheim's boogers are going on in Sienna, baby. March on.
Yeah, I mean, oh, don't worry. We still had other Flyer plays. I had Radford money line, short little yapper. They won 89-77. I didn't even take the 3. I said, fuck that. Get this William and Mary bullshit out of here.
Good win.
I mean, what the hell was that? Why was William and Mary favored? I don't give a shit. Like, how have people watched William and Mary over the past decade?
That felt like a trap because I mean, maybe we're biased towards Radford just because we love Darius Nichols, but I was like, they're even in the games at Radford. Shout out to Radford, they redid their gym. I got to get out there.
Yeah. Shout out to David Garrard in the chat. I hope that's the real David Garrard. Purdue took on the Norse, and they covered actually. Didn't bet that game, but they did cover. But we did double lock this. St. Thomas 90, Green Bay 76.
Take that to your radio show.
Oh man,
The Tommies beat your ass.
How great, dude! I'm telling you, man. I had a fire fucking night. Like at this point, I felt like I was just couldn't lose a wager. After that, we also had double. I think this was a triple lock actually. Mississippi State against Georgia State, 101-66. We got it done there. You want a hot take? I think Mississippi State could end up being better than Ole Miss. Now, maybe it's just first week watching both these teams. And I'm a Chris Jans guy, man. I'm a big fan. I mean, I know it's Georgia State, so I shouldn't get ahead of myself, but I just think Chris Jans is a really good coach.
I will make a bold prediction that they're going to finish with identical records. I think they're both really good. I think they're mirror images. Like they're different how they play, but like it's just a well-coached, disciplined team. And I know Ole Miss didn't look good tonight, but Beard's going to get those. Yeah,
you trust it. You trust the process, right?
It's great to have those two in the Egg Bowl. It's like when we had Leach and Lane.
Yeah,
it was great.
It really is. South Alabama did beat Nichols. I picked this incorrectly. Didn't bet this, but I think you and Bieniek were on South Alabama, correct?
Yeah, but no bet. I don't like South Alabama.
Furman took down Belmont 76-74. Game was fire.
We bet this on the pregame show. We added this, so yeah. Furman, baby. What a fucking win. Buzzer beater.
Unbelievable. Two great programs. Demarek asked if we have a Discord. Of course we do. How do we get there though? Again, get the SGPN app. It's free to download in the App Store and Google Play Store. You can click on the Discord, or you can go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com, and I believe in the far right corner, the Discord is there. Tulane wrecked ULM. We didn't wager on that. TCU struggled for a lot of that game. I know the final score. Yeah, I mean, Florida Gulf Coast covered by like 1, but that was a neck and neck game for a long time. Alabama struggled with Arkansas State. You locked Arkansas State, didn't you?
Yeah. It's a former sister play.
Yes, love that angle. I should have done it with you. I didn't. Illinois looked great against SIU. Howard covered the number against Mizzou. We should have bet that. I almost pulled the trigger on fucking Howard. We cashed. We cashed on A&M. All right, getting it done there covered by like 1. Yale loses to UIC by 12. Tough day for the Ivy. I know Avetta was at this game. UIC can play, man, and it was a tough day for the Ivy. I mean, it's at one point it looked like it was going to be a horrible day for the Ivy, but they kind of fixed it a little bit there. Yeah. Shout out to UIC. Nice win there. And then money line play for all of us. Triple lock. Took the points and I took the money line. Arizona State, the Sun Devils. No Devils here. Yes, Devils here. Herm Edwards, 81-74 against Herb Sendek at Santa Clara. I mean, this is a free show, folks. Your thoughts on the Sun Devils playing? I mean, I don't even think they played that great though, but They still won.
They needed the game like blood, like we talked about. Like you got Gonzaga, you got Grand Canyon on deck. You're in the Big 12. You can't be starting 1-3. So find a way. Good win, Sun Devils. I'm happy for Bobby Hurley and those guys.
Yeah. We lost. I think maybe it was both of us, but I definitely bet this. Texas, we lost by 1. Texas 90, Houston Christian 51. We were laying 32. Fucking brutal.
How do you not cover against Houston?
Fucking brutal. And then I don't even know. You gotta walk me through this one. I hit on this. I had noted that I thought this game was done, but Princeton covers the 5.5 for us. I was not watching this game, but I just saw that Duquesne had an 8-point lead at one point in the second half. And I go, damn it, I'm not going to hit this one. What the hell happened here? And what a great play by us.
Yeah, I didn't end up getting eyes on this one. It was on that fucking Flow Sports bullshit.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah, I got you.
It's like I only have so many screens, and then what am I going to isolate Flow? Fuck you, Flow. So yeah, Princeton, good win. Good. They didn't look good the other night, so that's a Duquesne 0-2 now.
Yeah,
the new tenure.
Sorry, Bet Detective. I even gave that out on the bottom line or on the Bombs Down Under episode today on the College Football Experience. Harvard lost to Navy. Good call on this one. I didn't bet this, but I know you said Navy gets up for these. They did. And dude, I kind of like this year's Navy team. We should talk about this. We should talk about it. I think they could be. I think they could go dancing this year. I don't want to get ahead of myself because some other teams in the Patriot are decent, but I mean, I like this team. Villanova finally showed up against New Jersey Institute of Technology. I don't know what else to talk about that, but Texas Tech looked good against Northwestern State. They did not cover though. I didn't bet that, but I was close to betting that. Riverside, how about that? Double lock by me and Mac. It's a free show. That's where I remind you. Yeah, Riverside's a good fucking team, dude. This line was disrespectful, very disrespectful of a good program and a good team. BYU escapes with a 6-point win, dude. If that, I'm just gonna go ahead and say, if that was a neutral, they would have won that game outright.
Yeah, I have my questions with BYU, man. I don't like the NBA coach. I know all the BYU fans on the Big 12 show fucking bust my balls. Are like, you're a BYU hater. I love BYU. I mean, I'm pounding the fucking table for them to get in the college football playoff and think that it's a joke that they're number 9. But
it is a joke. It is a complete joke.
You and I both agree on this. We're not. The NBA is a different game than college basketball.
It's like a different sport. It's like a different fucking sport. I mean, we could do a seminar on that, but Riverside though, man, I'm telling you, they're going to get competition from another team that we locked up to look great today, but I can't. Dude, one of my favorite conferences is the Big West. Big West, bundle of fun. Shout out to Trevor in the chat. Anyway, dude, I want your opinion on this one here because I don't know what the hell happened. I was watching this, but then this is right around where I hit the hot tub. Shout out to Hot Tub Nation. Marquette, you bet George Mason in the points.
Yeah.
This was like a neck and neck game. I go to the hot tub. I come back. Marquette wins by 19. What the hell happened here? And you should have hit this one. I feel like you should have. Hit this one.
This was Murray State and Pitt all over again, but Marquette Mason, that was a joke that they covered it. I was so fucking pissed. Mason was winning a majority of the game, and so was Murray, and the wheels just fell off. I mean, I think they finished the game on like a 15-0 run or whatever, and then Mason kind of just laid down. That was, if you had Marquette or Pitt tonight, you're lucky as fuck.
as a Mason fan, I wanted them to win that game, but so I'm all confused here. I was telling NC Nick this. So I watched NC Central today. I thought they looked like shit. So then I was like, man, maybe Mason's not that good. Maybe Mason just dominated a shitty team. And then I watched the first half or like 3/4 of that game. And I said, wait, Mason looks pretty good at Marquette. Yeah. So maybe Central just had a bad day, or could it be Marquette is just not that good? Make sense of it all, because I'm confused. I'm like Lou Holtz over here with that sound drop. When I was thinking about those three teams, I was like, huh? How's that possible? What's going on? Who are you?
Could it be another Big East team that's not very good?
I think it might be, man. I think it might be.
Dude, Marquette needs to play in that arena all the time. It was great.
Yeah. Agreed. We're a free show, right? Northern Colorado. They should have won this outright. But yes, we cashed on them. Double overtime. Wild game. I mean, I guess if you're Colorado, you're 2-0. You milk it, but
they suck.
I was on fire tonight, man. I was absolutely on fire. I couldn't get like that. Like, I started off cold, but I just went on a stretch where I was like, I don't even know. I got to tally them all up, but I feel like I was like 15-2 in the middle of the day. Northern Colorado is a team that I actually think could do damage in the Big Sky, especially after watching Weber tonight. Watching Weber tonight, I'm like, wait a second. What do we got here? Yeah, they look good. Now I know it's little brother, so I don't want to look, or big brother. So maybe it's just a one-time get up spot, but the Bears looked all right tonight. Also an awesome game. Also a late lock. Long Beach State plus the points. They lose by 1 in Brookings. Letdown spot after the big win against McNeese. Hopefully you caught me on the grid when they randomly asked me this. Your thoughts on South Dakota State 2-0, getting through it?
Hey, man, anytime you can avoid the letdown loss after a big win, that I don't care how you get it. You just win that next game and move on to the next. So 2-0 for our guy, Eric Henderson. He's a damn good coach. He's going to be a
really good coach. Really good coach. He should.
Somebody needs to hire him.
He really should. Yeah. Florida. Anyway, folks, what to tell you that the college basketball experience is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Pickup is one of the biggest menus for all the sports. They got NFL, college football, college basketball, CFL, MMA, NBA, NHL, NASCAR, and much, much more. Boost Uber's upon us, which means you're going to get a spooky amount of profit boost and much more. You can now use specials and boost on all flex entries as well. So what are you doing? Sign up. And when you do, sign up with the promo code TCESGPN to claim your special pick plus first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Once again, UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code TCESGPN. All right, we are back. Shout out to Hot Tub Nation. Tennessee State covered for us. We should have bet this game. Because Tennessee State loses in overtime. Colorado State is going to have a down year. I just think it's natural. So shout out to anyone that bet Tennessee State. We picked it correctly. We did eat shit on San Jose State in Hawaii as Pacific won by 13. It's hard to fade the Pacific Ocean when you're in Hawaii. And we learned our lesson there as Tim Miles and San Jose State go to 0-2.
They suck.
Dude, he told me he thinks this year's team's way better than last year's team. This is why going to media days is dangerous. You start making friends with people. Next thing you know, I'll buy you a cocktail, right? And next thing you know, you're buying into all this shit. Yeah, shout out to Pacific. Fresno took down Sac State, didn't touch that game. San Diego put it on Boston, didn't touch that game. We ate a bundle of shit on Weber State. They only scored 48 points against. Look, Wayne Tinkle took a tinkle all over these Weber State Wildcats because They fucking look like shit, man. This game to me was one of the more surprising games to me.
You know what we forgot to point out? Pink fucking used to own the fucking Big Sky. He said, I used to beat the shit out of Weber State every single year and win this league. That's how I got the Oregon State job. That was a terrible play by us. They got their ass kicked.
Yeah. Yeah. Oregon handled Montana. And then we cashed on UC Irvine. This is what I was alluding to here. Big West. Riverside seems awesome despite the loss tonight. And Irvine is Irvine. Long Beach State looked okay. Northridge cashed for us the other night. I'm getting excited about the Big West already. This was an easy-ass cover, by the way. Look, LMU actually has better talent a lot of years than UC Irvine. This is why this is why the sport is so fun. This is why, basketball and college football, as long as this can happen, the sport will never be bad, in my opinion. Because LMU definitely has more talent. Like if you just watch these two teams over the years, LMU's got guys sometimes that you're just like, whoa, who the fuck is that? Irvine, it's all about culture. Irvine, some years, like their leading scorer is averaging like 8 points a game, but the culture, man, they'll go deep. Yeah. And a dominating win at that stadium there. Forget the name of it, but easy cash on Irvine there. Currently, Washington State's up 19 on Bradley, so I'm going to lose that. Also, you're going to win a lock battle win against me with New Mexico and UCLA. So humbling end to my night, but fire day regardless. Game balls. Where are you going? Game ball number one.
Game ball number one. Good question. I will go with. Let's go to. Where were they? I think we got to go with.
It's got to be Austin P, right?
I was going to go the Blue Devils of Central Connecticut.
Oh,
they had a
okay.
hell of a week. I mean, I'm shout out to them. So you got the Govs. That's a good one.
Yeah, give me Austin P. You got Central Connecticut State. I think those all make a ton of sense there. Who's your second game ball?
I'll go Eastern Kentucky, going into Johnson City and putting it on them. I mean, they controlled that game. Yeah, no, I'm with you. My next game ball is going to be Siena. Yeah. Getting that outright win for me against Bryant. Everyone giving all this hype to Phil Martelli Jr. He reminds me of David Shula when he was coach of Alabama. Just because he's Don Shula's son, let's just praise the guy. Prove it to me. Who's your final game ball? Dude, this is a bold one. I think Pacific should get a game ball. Beating San Jose State.
That is true. That is true.
Remember their game? Their end of their season.
So bad last year. So bad.
That game against Pepperdine, they lost by a zillion. Now they're 2-0. Good for them. Dave Smart. Good job. I like it. My final one, I guess. I don't know if this is that big of an upset, but I'm gonna go UIC. That is Yale's a good program. Yeah, I don't know if it's a huge upset, but I'm just saying UIC. It's a good win, and shout out to them. Maybe they can build on it, but those are the game balls. All right, folks. Before the picks, and by the way, tomorrow's slate is absolute fire. Mix that with the college football we have upon us, and it's like the greatest Saturday ever. But I want to tell folks that the college basketball experience is brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm is the #1 AI-powered sports betting platform that helps provide bettors of all levels the ability to build custom predictive betting models in seconds and get predictions for betting on money lines, spreads, totals, props. You can build your own model, or you can copy one of the top performing models from the leaderboard. Rhythm gives you predictions for every game and player prop, and also has a slew of stats, research, and trend analysis to give you even more betting insight. And Rhythm just launched their college basketball model, so claim your free 7-day trial period today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM.
jump over there, do that. What's one I can give you for tomorrow? I think Utah is going to ruin BYU's perfect season, despite me and you just saying BYU got completely robbed in the rankings, because they did. But the Holy War is back, and I'm on the Utes tomorrow. We're also brought to you by BetUS. Bet with the best in the business. That is BetUS. BetUS has been around for more than 30 years. You can easily deposit using cryptocurrency and get lightning fast payouts. A bet that I like for tomorrow, as well as Arizona State on the football field. I think they're going to take care of business against UCF there in Tempe. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/BetUS. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/BetUS. Promo code SGPN so they know we sent you. BetUS, America's favorite sports book. All right. Okay. I mean, I'm very excited about some of these matchups, and it starts with a banger from the start. How does Bieniek do this? Let's go.
Is that it?
I think
that might be the best option right there.
This one? Yeah.
I think that looks clean.
This game's awesome. Tennessee is heading to the Yum Yum Center, whatever the hell it's called these days. Tennessee's laying 1.5 at Louisville. These teams should play every year, in my opinion, by the way.
Yeah.
Tennessee's laying 1.5. I like Louisville. I think Louisville's going to get them. Tennessee's kind of reloading. I think the Cards have a new energy around them, at a win like this is only going to help the buzz around town. So give me the Cards. I can be talked into a lock here.
I think this is flipping through the zero too. I like Louisville as well. I like what they did in the portal. They brought guys from winning programs. Tennessee's still trying to find themselves identity wise. Let's go. Let's card it up. And a big win for Pat Kelsey. I saw him going around campus, telling people to come to the game, 12 o'clock. The Cardinals of Louisville get it done.
Let's do it. There's a buzz around town. I mean, come on. Let's go. This can be the one. This could be the one to start a big movement. Get those prostitutes back on campus. All right. Next up, Little Rock heads to Rock Hill. I was thinking about this as I was building the slide. We got to take Little Rock, right? Just because they're in Rock Hill. See what I did there? Winthrop is laying 8.5. That's just too many points. Now I should preface this with Little Rock has been a nemesis of mine for years. I've had a really hard time handicapping the Little Rock Trojans over the years. Little Cock could they show up in a big way against Winthrop? I'm taking the points, man. It's too early in the year. I can't lay 8.5 with fucking Winthrop. What are you doing here? Yeah,
and I mean, I like Winthrop in the Big South, but like this is too big a number. Take the points.
Yeah,
this is a fringe loss. Little Rock is like.
Yeah, I mean 8.5. What am I missing here?
I'll go 2 for 2 here. I'm locking Little Rock, man. This is a 1-possession game.
You don't want me to lock it, so I'm going to back off and do you a favor, because if I lock it, it's definitely going to lose. So there you go. You have that one. I'm being unselfish.
I appreciate it. Team player. Let's go, Darryl Walker. Get this shit done.
Exactly. Fordham is heading to South Orange, New Jersey to take on Seton Hall. Seton Hall's laying 10.5. No, I'm taking Fordham. I think Fordham bounces, but dude, I think we should lock Fordham actually.
Let me ask you this. Why would we ever lay 10.5 with Seton Hall? Well, after what we saw offensively the other night and from the Big East.
Let's lock Fordham.
Yeah, Fordham. Three in a row for me. The lock.
I know. Hey. Lock it up. Fordham plus 10.5 in South Orange, New Jersey. All right. Fucking Sacred Heart is taking on fucking Dartmouth and Hanover. and 3.5. Dude, this game's hilarious. I thought about this as I was building the slides. I was like, wait, this might be the hardest game of the night. Give me the points and fucking Sacred Hot. I don't feel good about it though. What are you doing here?
Yeah, nobody feels good about it. Yeah, give me the point to me. And who the hell is Dartmouth to be laying 3.5? No, thank you.
That could be the hardest game of the whole year to handicap, by the way. Moving along, Wright State is heading to Oxford, Ohio to take on the Miami, Ohio Redhawks and Travis Lexington Steel. Miami, Ohio's laying 4.5. I think we should lay the 4.5. I don't know. This is because Wright State's in Ohio too. Don't. That's what right outside of Dayton. I'm gonna lay the 4.5. What's that?
Don't we want to take Wright State here? Miami got the big road win. Wright State got drilled to Kentucky.
I can see that angle, but I actually think Miami, Ohio is decent this year. But I can see Wright State still being good too. It's just they played Kentucky. I'll take. All right, you sold me on taking the points. I'm not locking this thing though.
I may bet this tomorrow. Check the picks page.
All right, it's a cool game though. Delaware State is at Columbia. Here we go again. Columbia's laying 12.5. Can the Lions roar again? Oh man, I gotta take the points, man. It's just the spot, but I don't think Delaware State's a great team, but I gotta take Delaware State in the points. Should we lock Delaware State?
No, I don't think we can lock them, but I'll take the points.
Yeah.
Can't lock Delaware State on the road.
Fire logo though. Ryder, the moving company, is heading to Baltimore. They're laying 10.5 at Coppin State. Shut the fuck up.
Good Lord. Didn't they just play out west?
Yeah, they were in San Diego yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Give me Coppin State. I've locked both Coppin State games so far. I'm 1-1 though. So I can be talked into. This is almost like the, now the difference is that with the ETSU EKU one, I was like, how the hell is East Tennessee State laying 9.5? The difference is though, is that Eastern Kentucky's program is great. Like, even though they're a really good basketball program, I trust their culture there. Whereas Coppin State's not, but I'm still taking the points. What are you doing here, Mac?
Dude, I'm going to lock Coppin.
Let's lock it. Let's fucking lock it. Let's lock it. They're just traveled back from fucking San Diego. Let's lock it. Coppin State plus 10.5.
This fucking Rider shit out of here.
The Aqueduct, Quinnipiac is heading to Queens to take on St. John. St. John's laying 22.5. Lay it. What are you doing here?
Lay it. You know me. I don't like the Aqueduct.
Jackson State is catching 21.5 at High Point. I'm going to take High Point. They look really good the other. I don't know though. I'll take High Point. I hate laying a gigantic number with a mid-major.
Yeah. They just covered 1-2. I'm going to take the points. High Point.
I'm going to lay it, but I don't feel great about it. Colgate, the Raiders are heading to Philadelphia to take on Drexel. Drexel's laying 1.5. Give me Colgate to win this thing. Culture play. Mac?
It's a great game. I think I like Drexel here. I'm not bought into this Colgate team, especially in the non-con. But no bet for me.
Yeah, no bet. Toledo with the old school logo here, by the way, which is absolutely fire. It's like I'm watching fucking Star Wars here. Heading to Huntington, West Virginia. Marshall's laying 1.5. Give me Toledo.
The wrong team is favored here.
I'm not locking this though, right?
I feel like they lost to Troy. I think this is a really good program. Give me Toledo to get back 1-1.
I feel like Marshall at home is just a different team than on the road. They've
I agree with
burned
that.
me. Yeah,
But it's a new coach. It's not D'Antoni.
that's right. But isn't it his assistant?
Yeah, Cornelius Jackson.
Yeah.
I'm locking. They're gonna win. Toledo outright.
Wonderland Max is locking up the Toledo Rockets. All right. Arkansas Pine Bluff is heading to Tulsa. Tulsa's laying 19.5. Damn, that's a big number. Give me the points. 19.5. Who the fuck is Tulsa be laying 19.5? Mac?
Yeah, I'll take the points. No bet.
Next up, Morgan State's heading to Longwood, Farmville, Virginia. Longwood's laying 10.5. Lay it. Should we lock this?
No, because Morgan's off a loss. I know they just lost some Mercy Hurts, but maybe they have a little bit of pride here. I'm going to stay away on this one.
Shout out to Jay Trinidad, who was a big fan of the Tulsa Golden Hurricane comic book logo here. Pine Bluff's logo is fire too. I mean, this is actually a comic book. That game's a comic book. Moving along. VMI is at Bellarmine.
This game's great.
This is the amount of staples
Oh my god!
in the gym. Yes. Belmont is. I'm sorry, Belmont. But Bellarmine is laying 10.
No way.
I will take VMI in the 10. I'm still not locking this though, because I feel like Bellarmine at home is a better team. But give me the points. What are you doing here?
I'm gonna lock VMI. You can't lay double digits with Bellarmine. Come on, Bellarmine.
Manila Mac locking up them key debts. All right, moving along. Omaha is catching 20.5 at Minnesota there in Minneapolis at the barn. I'm going to lay the 20.5. Minnesota's been drilling these teams. I can be talked into a lock here, but 20.5, I wish it was like 17.5 or something. I just feel like 20.5 is probably where I would actually set it. Mac, what are you doing here?
I actually love this one. I think we should definitely lock Minnesota. Omaha just got that big win at Stetson less than 48 hours or but basically 24 hours ago. This is a day game. Saturday.
All right, I'm up a bunch of cash. Let's go to the barn. Bieniek hates the barn. Every time you mention the barn, he's gonna say classic Bieniek.
Terrible take of his.
Yeah, it's actually like the one stadium that has the. I don't like the above court. You know what I mean, like the court that's raised up, but I still like the barn. You know what I mean? It works.
Who do they got tomorrow? Off the top of your head,
Rutgers. They're at Rutgers.
Okay.
I'd actually like Rutgers in the points if I had to, but I don't know. They beat them 31-0 last year, so maybe I don't know. Flex got. I already cashed the over on Fleck in Minnesota this year, so I'm kind of just hoping Rutgers gets that dub because I still need a couple wins there. Yeah, we're locking up Minnesota minus 20.5. Let's go. Lafayette is heading to LaSalle. The Leopards are catching 7.5 against our boy Fran Dunphy. This game's awesome, by the way. I enjoy this game. I'll take Lafayette in the points. To be honest, I think I could be talked into a lock here too.
I like the points too, man. I don't like laying points with Dunphy, man. I love taking him as a dog. Let's go, Lafayette.
Yeah. Leopards plus 7.5. Let's go. All right. Oh man, Coastal Carolina heading into Greenville. ECU, of course, and notes, folks. That's how a pirate should fucking look. All right, it's a grimy ass pirate. Just take notes. Who were we talking about the other day with that? Charleston Southern. Take notes. ECU's laying 11.5. As much.
It's a big number.
It's a huge number, but you got to remember this is a special team and a team that I think has the potential to win the national championship this year. So, there's only one thing to do here.
The North Carolina Wesleyan game really talked you into it, didn't it?
We played great the second half, and
because when you're at East Carolina, you go for it every time. Or you don't coach at East Carolina, you don't come to East Carolina, you don't play at East Carolina with a weak heart. Write it.
Give me the Pirates minus 11.5. Get your bullshit Chanticleers out of here.
There was nothing that we couldn't do. We set out to defend our name, and now we'll never
Be the same.
never be the same.
We will not be the same because we're gonna beat these little bulls. We played this team in a bowl game, fucked them up too. All right, I think we get them next year too in the regular season in football. Yeah, get out of here with this nonsense. And another angle that I like here is the coaching angle.
And may the Schwartz be with you. What a world, what a world.
Mike Schwartz gets it done. Was very surprised at that number, though. I'm not going to bullshit you. I thought this was going to be like a 5.5 point spread.
Yeah. I took the points. ECU wins by 9.
Yeah, this is not a lock for me. This is not a lock for me. I'm just saying you got to ride with ECU.
You're a hell of a salesman, and then you go, no, it's actually not a lock.
I can't lay 11.5 with. Yeah, you just got to roll with your boys. All right, you got to roll with your boys. Old Dominion is heading to Tucson, Arizona. Shout out to David Matola. Arizona's laying 29.5. The fuck is going on here? Give me Old Dominion. They lost to Buffalo though, man. I can't get that out of my mind.
Did you see what Buffalo did tonight?
Wait, who did they get in tonight?
They barely beat Fordham State. They had to rally from double digits down against Fordham.
All right, that means we're taking Arizona. Lay it.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think, does Arizona have at least a look-ahead spot on deck? I mean, is there any angle? Who do they got next? Wisconsin, they ain't looking ahead of them fucking Staples. Yeah, lay it. Arizona's going to fuck them up.
Yeah. The Miners, Tink of UTEP, are heading to Orem, Utah to take on Utah Valley, the Wolverines. UV's laying 3.5. Should we lock Utah Valley? I had a hard time with them last year, though, man. They were kind of all over the place for me.
Yeah, this line kind of stinks. I thought it'd be like 5 or 6, but
yeah, maybe just stay away.
Yeah, stay away. Give me UTEP. It's telling us UTEP.
I'm gonna take Valley, but no wager. Bucknell, creators of that Buffalo Bill logo, by the way, that the Bills just completely fucking hijacked. They're heading to Lexington, Kentucky to take on the Wildcats. Kentucky's laying 22.5.
It's a lock.
I'm on the points.
Bucknell's played 2 emotional comeback wins. Now they got to go rough. They're going to get ran out here.
Yeah, I'm going to take the point. I just feel like, is Kentucky really that was just an emotional game from that, just the first game after Calipari. Give me the points, but I'm no lock. I think you're locking the Wildcats, right?
Yeah, I'm on Kentucky and Louisville.
Oh, I do like that little parlay action there. Moneyline Mac locking up UK. All right. The Bonnies are heading to Canisius, Buffalo, New York. It's kind of a rivalry game, if memory serves me correct. The Bonnies lay 9.5. Give me Canisius plus 9.5 in a little rivalry game at home. Mac, what are you doing here?
Yeah, I'm on Canisius. Canisius has won the last 2 outright as a dog.
Dude, I think we nailed it last year. I think we took the money line last year on this.
Yeah,
I think it hit.
I think we should lock Canisius, get 9.5.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. And Schmidt teams always start slow, I feel like, for the Bonnies. Let's go. Canisius plus the points.
Sprinkle the money line plus 400.
Yeah, it's always in a rivalry game. Like it's the same logic with the Utah BYU football game tomorrow. Fairfield used to be the best team in Connecticut. Now they head to Washington D.C. to take on these Georgetown Hoyas. Georgetown's laying 14. Fuck out of here. Fairfield's covering this. I want to lock it so bad, but I do have a sour taste in my mouth after that first game where I ate shit. But give me the points. You can talk me into a lock here.
Dude, let's just keep fading the Big East in these 14, 15, 16 point lines. Lock up Fairfield. You never covered it.
Let's go. All right. Formerly the best team in Connecticut. It's going to go down there. Give me Fairfield plus 14. Connecticut is Fairfield. The Stags there. Cleveland State's catching 19.5 in Manhattan against K-State. I was not impressed with Cleveland State against Michigan. I will lay the 19.5 with Jerome Tang's bunch. What are you doing here?
I'll lay it. Not a lot of conviction here. I think the number's perfect. It lands around 20.
Charlotte, the Clits, heading to Logan, Utah. I feel like we should just lock this on general principle. Utah State's laying 13.5. I mean, I kind of think Charlotte's decent, but I just feel like this arena is a hard place to win games.
They struggle.
I'm definitely laying the 13.5, but Presbyterian covered against NC State. Don't watch out for those blue hose, but let's just bet Utah State, right?
Yeah, I'm with you. Charlotte ain't ready to come out to Logan.
Yeah, let's go. Lay the 13.5 with Utah State. Far fucking trip, altitude, and that lit ass environment. Moving along. Wofford is heading to Lipscomb. Lipscomb's laying 3. It's a good game.
It's a great game.
I'm gonna lay the 3 with Lipscomb, and I'm gonna lock it up. But I'm kind of fascinated by watching this one. What are you doing here?
I'll join you. Lipscomb, better team. They're my ASUN to pick the league.
The locks are just flowing. There's some great games tomorrow. This is not one of them. Troy is heading to New Orleans to take on the Privateers. Got another pirate. Troy's laying 14. It's too many for me. Give me the Privateers plus 14. What are you doing here?
I'll take the points.
Yeah.
Not a lot of
Marist, the Red Foxes are heading down to Richmond. Richmond's laying 9.5. I'm going to lay the 9.5, but Richmond sometimes plays with their food in these games. But I'm laying the 9.5. What are you doing here?
I'm going to take the points with Marist. I think this is a work in progress team with the Spiders. Marist, they lost their opener, but I think they bounced back. I think it's a competitive game.
Memphis is heading to Vegas to take on UNLV, the Rebs. Memphis is laying 1.5. Does this stink a little bit to you?
Why do you think UNLV should be favored?
I think Memphis should be favored by more. UNLV's crowd is like it's not the Tarkanian days, man, where the shit was actually lit. It's kind of like their football stadium where it's like you get all these other fans that just happen to be in Vegas. Give me UNLV to win this because it doesn't make sense to me I would have set this line at like Memphis minus like 5.5.
I love UNLV here. We see them they play up to their competition. They play down to their competition. Memphis probably thinks they're back now that they beat Missouri. UNLV is going to get it done. And that Memphis team out in Vegas, hello distractions.
Oh, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Especially with the amount of money they're making too from that. Good luck, Penny. Who scheduled that one? They should have went to the Pentagon in Sioux Falls. Jay's Matt. What's that? Well, let's lock that. Let's lock that. Let's lock that. Let's take those running revs with that fire ass musket. Go back to this logo, you pussies. I'm going to be honest. That UNLV logo is top 10. Look at that fucking logo.
I love them.
That's a great logo. How they do not have that on their helmet is beyond me in football. It's just a great logo. James Madison is traveling to Norfolk State. Speaking of stink, JMU is only laying 2.5 at Norfolk State. What? Make it make sense to me, Mac. Make it make sense to me.
Norfolk is winning this game.
Got to, right? If you were setting this, what would you set this at? 10? 9.5?
I was thinking 7.5. Norfolk's going to win this game.
Got to. Should we bet this?
It's a tough spot in state at an HBCU. What's the last time Norfolk got one of the teams from the Sun Belt or one of the bigger leagues to come to them?
Let's lock this. It just makes no sense.
All right, let's go.
I'm going to say, let's do a stink parlay. Courtney Love, stinky ass parlay. We do UNLV parlay with Norfolk State. Let's go.
I like it.
Stonehill has taken on Providence. Providence is laying 23.5. I actually think we should lay it. I know, but Stonehill's so bad. I watched him the other night. I was convinced that my ass at 41 years old could step on that hardwood and actually play for Stonehill. I'm laying it with the Friars. What are you doing here?
You couldn't pay me to bet this game. Give me the points.
Moving along. Santa Barbara is heading to Portland. Take on the Portland Pilots.
I want this pilot. It's a matter of national security.
Santa Barbara's laying 7.5. Give me Portland plus 7.5. What are you doing here?
I'll take the points. No bet.
Yeah, no bet. Next up, La Tech is laying 1.5 at UT Arlington. Give me Arlington to get this done. What are you doing here?
Yeah, everybody's blowing Louisiana Tech, and I think they're good. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, give me the points here.
Vermont is laying 6.5 at Merrimack.
How about this game?
I will lock up Vermont minus 6.5. Staples on Staples. Going with the veterans. What are you doing here? Does this stink a little bit to you?
Yeah, well, it's their third game this week. They just got annihilated. It's their third road game. I kind of like Merrimack, man. I think I want to lock Merrimack.
I mean, your angle makes a lot of sense, but I just think Vermont's a proud program. I mean, but Merrimack getting 6.5. You know what? I will remove my lock. I will still take Vermont because I do think no. I don't know, man. Vermont's got so many veterans though.
But Merrimack's is underrated.
Yeah.
I'm locking Merrimack. Give me 6.5 with a program like Vermont coming in. This is a get-up spot for them. Home dog.
I'll take Vermont. I'm not locking it. Mac is locking up Merrimack.
their opener, too.
that-
They haven't played a game yet.
Yeah. That could be a bad thing, though.
Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight.
Just a double on Mac right there. Moving forward, Middle Tennessee is catching flat 4 at Abilene. Nope. I will lay the 4 with Abilene. Middle Tennessee was ass on the road last year.
I'll lay it.
I'm going to lock this. Give me Abilene -4. Lock it up. Moving along. Saudi Arabia State is heading to Rice to take on the Owls. Saudi Arabia State is laying 8.5. Get the fuck out of here. Lock Rice plus 8.5. What are you doing here?
Did Lanier start? I gotta look. Did Lanier start his career with Leonard Hamilton or something?
That might make sense.
Well, like, why are they playing at Rice of all places?
It's a good point. I guess I wasn't thinking about that when I put together this.
Yeah, I'm looking it up. He was at he was at Texas, Rutgers, St. Bonnie's, Virginia, Florida, Tennessee, Texas. I don't know, but I'm with you. I like Rice. They get Florida State coming to them. Home dog it up. Let's go. Get an 8.5.
Double lock on the Rice Owls against Saudi Arabia State. All right, moving forward. And by the way, Gary K says you can get Rice plus 10. So let's jump on that right there.
All right,
Montana State is catching 11.5 at Wichita. Buddy, I feel like we should lock Montana State, or is this a trap because they just played the other day?
I don't know, man. Wichita looked pretty damn good the other night, and in that home arena, I think I probably lead. Or sorry, I don't know what word I just said. I will take the points, but I'm not going to bet this. And by the way, they're playing at the Rockets Arena. They're not at the Rice campus.
Oh, it's a doubleheader for the Auburn.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Houston game. Okay.
Yeah. Forgot
I'll take the points here with Montana State. You're laying it?
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm taking the points.
Okay. Yeah, I missed when Wichita was killing it. It's a fun game actually. UNC Asheville is heading to Athens, Ohio to take on the Bobcats. Asheville's catching 9.5. I struggle with this because I think Ohio's a lot better than Asheville, but 9.5 is gigantic in Maction.
I know.
I'm still going to lay it. I'm going to lay the 9.5. What are you doing here?
Ohio fringe lock. Check the picks page. The Big South gets killed in these games, and I think Ohio off that loss will be ready to rock and roll.
Yeah. Arkansas, Baylor, and Dallas. This is what I'm talking about. How many?
Waco.
That's what I'm saying. This is back to our conversation with Bieniek yesterday. He's way off on that fucking topic. There's so many of these neutral site games. It's not even comparable. Baylor's laying. I'm gonna lock up Baylor.
Yeah.
They're not gonna start off 0-2. All right. They're getting this done. This is a great game. I wish it was in Waco or Fayetteville, but I'm still taking Baylor here. What are you doing here?
Favorite play of the night. Baylor double digits. Arkansas was in a dogfight with Lipscomb the other night. I like Lipscomb. Arkansas is not as good as the hype right now. They're going to get better and better with Cal. Baylor is a proud program. They're going to bounce back after getting embarrassed. Baylor in a blowout here.
I believe the great Mike Tyson once said, I got the heart of lions, tigers, and bears. Right? Let's go. Let's take these Bears -2. And let's go. Northwestern is heading to Dayton. Dayton's laying 4.5. I'm going to lay the 4.5 with Dayton. I've been to this stadium. It rocks. Momentum's a real thing. I like this Northwestern team too. I just think it's a bad spot. What are you doing here?
Yeah, they're getting them Saturday night in Flyer Arena. I mean, that place is going to be absolutely bonkers. I think Dayton blows them out. I'm with you. Double digits.
Yeah. The locks are flying. You got to jump in on this action, folks. New Hampshire is catching 36.5 against UConn. You know what's crazy is I actually think we should lock UConn.
Oh my God.
I actually think we should lock UConn with 36.5. I think New Hampshire's that bad.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, they don't even have.
I know it sounds ridiculous. I just think they're going to win by 50. I think they're going to win by like 55 points. Why is this game even on the schedule? When I really think about it, I'm like, this is almost like Kent State when they're playing Tennessee and Penn State. I'm going to lay the 36.5. I'm going to lock it up. 35.5 on FanDuel, by the way. 35.5. So I'm laying it at 35.5. It seems like you're not touching this one.
I'm not touching this one. I don't want to lay 35.5. Saturday night prime time, FS2, baby, 8:00 Eastern. Set your calendars. Why would you watch Alabama LSU when you can watch this game?
If you got money on it. The Penguins of Youngstown State are heading to Chicago. Youngstown State's laying 4.5. Wrong team favored. Give me Chicago State.
This is a fucking lock. Chicago
I'm
State's
with you.
fucking good, man. Spinelli's got them playing.
I just locked up like 5 games in a row, but I think we have to. Let's do it. Chicago State on the money line.
It's a good game too, man.
I like all these games right now, man.
Why are they on Saturday night? Like, get this up.
Dude, I think we should lock Sam Houston.
Yeah, I mean, Tarleton did look bad. Tarleton is young. They'll get better under Gillespie just because he's such a good coach. But I think I may agree with you. I think I'm going to stay away, though. It's in Tarleton.
Yeah, I mean, I like Gillespie. I just feel like I've locked up so many games in a row. Maybe I should relax on this, but yeah. Bobby Wag says I went 13-13 on the picks page. Yeah, I know. I also didn't make my picks until 10 seconds before the fucking game, so the lines were all different, buddy. Listen to the fucking show. The picks page is just an insurance. I didn't make picks last night on the picks page. I forgot. So when I made the picks, it was like 2 seconds before the game. So I was just running through and the lines were all fucking different. So forgive me. All right. The picks page is there normally to try to help you. But if you listen to last night's episode, I said lock Bryant. I said lock all these other teams because I bet those games, but I forgot to turn in the picks page. So take it. Don't give a fuck.
Show did at 4:30 in the morning. That's
what I'm saying, man. I ended at 4:30 in the morning. And it was like, dude, I just rushed to bet those, and then I realized I forgot to make the picks until like 10 minutes before the Central game tipped. So, yeah, whatever. Not losing any sleep. Sam Houston State is fringe lock to me.
I think I agree with you. I mean, it's going to end up being a bet. Check the picks page.
Yeah. Check that picks page. All right. Western Kentucky is at Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon is laying 12.5.
It's a hell of a game.
This is a fun game.
Dude, we got some good games Saturday night.
That's what I'm saying. Why they should have put these on. They should have put these on the weeknight. But I'm going to take the points. I don't know that Grand Canyon is that good. Like they're solid. They're a good team, but like, and that place does get lit. That's a big ass number. Give me the points in the tops. What are you doing here?
I think I may lock Western Kentucky. I think Grand Canyon has been talked into. They're going to go 30-2, whatever. They're feeling themselves a little bit. Western Kentucky lost their home opener to Wichita. They're pissed off here. I think you get their best effort. I think it's a hell of a game. I think it's like a 5-6 point game. So give me Western Kentucky, lock it up.
Woo. I'm going to stay away from the lock, but
I'm going into it.
It's a fun game. All right, moving forward. Bethune-Cookman. This is a fucking lock. Bethune-Cookman's got to cover this, right? But they got that Barkley blood money.
I will not bet this game.
Come on, Nebraska's not that good.
Why is this number so big?
I'm doing it. Fuck off. Give me Bethune-Cookman. Give me them Wildcats. 24.5 is ridiculous. Spray the board.
Already have 30 locks. There's only 40 games.
Some Saturdays you wake up and there are some days you just wake up and there's the card is fantastic. Kennesaw is catching 9.5 at Cal Baptist. I'm gonna lay the 9.5, but no wager. What are you doing here?
Interesting game. I'm with you. I think I'll lay the number, but no bet.
All right, moving forward. Liberty, the Flaming Libs. This is talk about culture clash.
Yeah.
The Flaming Libs are playing in fucking Seattle at the Crack House. So perfect. So perfect. The pro sports will never have this. They don't understand. They don't understand. That's what makes college sports amazing, is that you can have like just whatever, whether it's far left, whether it's far right, and then, or whether it's religious, whether it's Army, whether it's Navy, Service Academy. It's just beautiful that you can throw all that together and get a sport. I will take Seattle at the Crack House though. And I actually really want to watch this game. Probably more than any other human on planet Earth, maybe. Mac, what are you doing here?
I'm taking Liberty. Shocker, right? I think Liberty's a lot better, and I
think they're better, but it's a far fucking trip.
I know, but I think it's a nice bounce back. I can't wait to watch this game. It's going to be fascinating.
No lock though, right? You're locking this?
It's a pick, basically. It's down to one. I mean, I'm staying away.
Yeah, I'm staying away too. I just can't wait to watch it. Florida International is heading to Cedar City. All right. Take on these Southern Utah Thunderbirds. Southern Utah's laying 5.5. I'm going to lay the 5.5. I'm not buying this FIU bullshit, especially they're in the middle of Utah. They're like, what the fuck where are we? I actually think we should consider betting this one too.
I thought the same thing. I'm like, FIU, man, they're in Utah. They're gonna, and they were just in Texas the other week. Some of these teams are really stepping up their travel. This is a brutal travel spot. Let's go Southern Utah.
Lock this thing up. I've been to Cedar City, Utah. Trust me, FIU. It's like going to a different country. You know what I mean? It's like, what?
Those Florida boys ain't gonna know what to do.
Yeah. Moving forward, New Mexico State. Oh man, I kind of like. I don't know though. It's at Utah Tech. New Mexico State's at Utah Tech and St. George. This is right next to Cedar City, by the way. If you haven't been to, folks, if you haven't been to Cedar City, St. George is like I don't know. I don't have a map in front of me, but I think like 5 miles away, or if even, probably like 2 miles away. So you got great Saturday night in the Cedar City area with both these teams coming to town. Crime pays. New Mexico State's logo's fucking fire. I'm laying the 4.5. Culture play with my Aggies here. What are you doing here?
Give me Dixie State. I'm taking all the Utah teams. A lot's going to be going on in the state of Utah on Saturday night. You got the Holy War kicking off. You got all these basketball games. Utah is the place to be. Shout out to the Mormons.
We got the great Noah Bieniek in the chat. He says, "Good evening, fellas. What a wild day of college basketball. We haven't even hit on the news yet, brother."
God, I forgot about Golden.
Yeah. I don't even know I haven't even read the story on that. I'm at that point where I'm like, it sounds horrible, but I'm like fucking immune from that. Yeah. Like it's a horrible, I don't even know. I mean, maybe it's the worst thing on the planet, but I just see that story. I'm like, oh, another one of these. Let me just not click on the story because I want to feel good about the planet for a couple hours. I
will say there was smoke and where there was fire earlier in the summer when we talked.
Yeah.
This had been a rumor.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just, we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's like the Mel Tucker shit. I got no idea who to fuck. 1-star review. I got a 1-star review on the football show where someone said I was sexist or something just because I said, I don't know. Like Mel Tucker's attorney said that, he was set up. He has the text messages to prove it. He actually showed like the text messages. The woman that he was having a relationship was like a former rape victim in Oregon. And, no, it was a horrible scenario, but I on the show, I just go, this is why our world is stupid, is because I got no fucking idea what the truth is. I have no fucking idea what the truth is. But by me saying, I don't know what it is, someone said I was condoning it. And I got a 1-star review. What a world. What a fucking world. Is it in the realm of possibilities that it could be bullshit? Yes. That's why you say I don't know. Anyway, let's move along. Go down a fucking huge rabbit hole. Get another 1-star review. Feel great about myself. Auburn. This game's awesome. Yes. Oh yeah. Auburn. They nothing like taking a flight and getting in a big ass fight on an airplane. I don't know if you guys caught the news that apparently is a story. Auburn team plane went up in the air. Players got into a fight with one another. Plane came down, landed safely though. But Houston's going to fuck them up, right? Or does that make your team stronger that fast? I don't know. I'm taking Houston minus 4.5 regardless. And I will lock up. Not at Houston's home gym. It's at that Rockets filthy arena. Let's go. Mac, what are you doing here?
Yeah, so I think this is a horrible matchup for Auburn. Auburn wants to play that fucking chaotic style, get up and down, and Houston's just going to drag it in the mud and pump their ass. They're actually going to hit them in the mouth on the basketball court rather than in the fucking air. So give me Houston, lock it up. Big 12's going to beat the SEC's ass tomorrow night. Get this Arkansas up. Get that in here.
Let me ask you this. If you had to pick one of the two to win, I actually think it's Arkansas that's more likely to win it outright than it is Auburn. I know the line reflects that too, but I'm curious your take.
Probably just in case if Baylor actually is broken. But I mean, we think Scott Drew, he'll get it fixed.
Hell of a good coach. Washington. Look at this old Washington logo. Can we talk about this? I feel like we need to talk about this. This is when they give you like the whole thing of NyQuil. You know what I mean? Like this is he got the what's the horse tranquilizer that everyone does now? Go down to Mexico.
He looks like
what am I talking about here? Well, you know what I'm talking about. The drug that everyone's doing, the horse tranquilizer shit. It's a good old time. I can't remember my drugs. Washington is catching 4.5 in Reno against Nevada. Ketamine. God damn it. This is what happens when you've been talking for this long. This is like my 7th podcast of the day.
It's Danny Sprinkle going back to the Mountain West.
You know, I'm a Steve Alford guy.
I know. Now you're all bought into Steve Alford.
me and Steve, we buried the hatchet, as they like to say. Give me Nevada minus 4.5. just walk into Reno. They got bats flying around. And by the way, let me tell you something, Nevada fans, if you're listening to this. If you guys build a stadium off campus, like you're talking about, you failed. You failed. That stadium right there on campus that you've been playing in forever, sure, it needs an update. Okay, update it. Stay on campus. You're going to fuck this up. You are going to fuck this up if you go off campus. FYI, college, you should always play on campus if you can. And trust me, I've been to Reno and you have been and you can. Don't do this. Mac, what are you doing here?
So this is the only issue with basketball picking it at the time where it's 7 now. It went from 4.5 to 7. Is what the chat's saying. Colby did this. Colby did the slides as soon as it opened. So, what do you? I mean, you still like it at 7?
No, I don't. I mean, I'll still take Nevada, but I'm not going to bet it. I haven't bet it yet, so I'm not going to play it at 7. So no,
you know what, man? Call me crazy. I like Nevada even at 7. Alford was the only one that won at Utah State with Sprinkle last year. I think Alford's got Sprinkle's number. I think.
All right, fuck it. Let's
Nevada
go.
Puts it on him. Let's go.
Let's go. I'm a Steve Alford guy. I went on a retreat.
Yeah.
Pepperdine. It's heading to La Jolla, California. Catching 8.5 against these Tritons. Pepperdine looked good the other night against Western Illinois. UC San Diego's coming off the rivalry game.
Yeah, they played well.
I actually think UC San Diego is good this year too, but I just don't know whether to trust that Pepperdine is actually improved. I'll take the 8.5. What are you doing here?
I will take the points just because it's a little bit of a letdown spot, but no bet. Man, this final game is great too that we're about to cover.
Yeah. Oh, the final game is fire. Let's jump on over to the final game on the slate, and that is Boise State heading to San Francisco. I think this is maybe my favorite play of the night. I think Boise is going to get that dub, man. I think Boise is a flat out tougher, better, older team than San Francisco. You with me?
I'm with you. Let's go. Boise, late night spot. Get to San Francisco.
That might be my look. I know we got to rank our favorite games. This is one of the 3 to me. Is that yeah? By the way, I love the fact that Hawaii is playing. Hawaii's. Oh no, they just won. They just won. Okay. My phone was late to update there, but yeah. So my top 3 plays. I'm gonna put that Boise game in there just because I just think they're that much better. I know it's on the road. I know their fans show up there. Boise. Let's go. Boise is 1. At 2, let's go. I feel like we liked a lot. This is the hard part is going through and ranking these things. I say this every night. I'm going to say Baylor at 2. I just feel like Baylor, the odds they go 0-2. So Baylor at 2. At 3, give me Southern Utah at 3. What's your top 3?
Number 1, Baylor. Number 2, Houston. You can tell I'm the host of the Big 12 experience here. Get this SEC shit out of here. And then number 3, I like Vegas over Memphis. They're winning that game.
Yeah.
Just Memphis, get out of here.
Yeah.
Distractions
I
in
like-
Sin
don't-
City.
The stink parlay, though, I want you to also do the stink parlay, which was, what was that again? It was UNLV
In Norfolk.
Yes, UNLV and Norfolk State, folks. The stink parlay, Courtney Love parlay of the night. Jump on over there and do that as well. That is our show.
And may the Schwartz be with you.
Also, always, you can never go wrong by betting ECU. All right, folks. That's our show. Let's fucking dominate. All right. Give Moneyline Mac a follow on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. As I try to work this thing behind the scenes. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. But yeah, give him a follow at Moneyline_Mac. Shout out to Locked In with Mike giving us $20. We believe. Appreciate you, brother. I'm on Twitter at @DColbyD. Check out all of our shows: the Ryan and Rush Show, the Big 12 College Experience, the College Football Experience, the FCS College Football Experience, the College Baseball Experience with the great Noah Bieniek, the Sports Gambling Podcast, all of that. You know, the Bottom Line Bombs with my buddy CJ Sullivan. Check out all of those, and I look forward to coming back tomorrow night. Tomorrow night might be a little late because I have to do the football reaction show first. Just FYI, it might be a pain in the ass if you're, depending what time zone you're in. It's going to be a little bit later than normal. All right. Till next time. This is the College Basketball Experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
I know I'm out of my mind. I've lost my mind. I'm just out of my time. My brain is insane. I know I'm out of my mind. Nobody moves control. I'm just out of my mind. Tricks the mind, thinks the mind's crazy.
Rockin' at first was hell without rocker. I pop up in spots, they screaming new clockwork. I'm dilated, the fuck off, I ain't doing it. Before Weatherman dropped, they thought I might have ruined it. Elusive, I just deny rumors. Smile and give punchlines with dry humor. See what the future brings. In 03, I got on MTV. Time is bug, that's the message I'm sending them. Sign with Slug and survive beef with Eminem. I mention different events in my sentences. It's dangerous to reminisce or remember it. Still it's evidence, check 1, 2, 1, 2. Less punches and spit what I've been through. I stayed here, got booed, but kept rapping. The same year got sued by Kurt Knappman. I know I've lost my mind. I'm just ahead of my time. My brain is insane. I know I'm out of my mind. Nobody moves control.